Iron them all.
Well, he ain't gonna use that.
Alright, sales rules. You're gonna have to correct me on this, Mike. About October, everyone listen up. Hey, listen up, sit down, sit down. About October 16th is gonna be the last day you guys can fix your bad accounts. So if you check your bad accounts tab, don't be a Lamont last year and let all your bad accounts stack up, so you kind of fix it, or Alex, a lot of us in here. So, yeah, get all your bad accounts fixed now, because after October 16th, give or take that date, you won't be able to fix them. And so all those accounts you work on,
they just go on February back.
Yeah, they're going to Fed back in.
But if you work
fix them. If you want the money now, get it fixed now.
My money, I need it now.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want your accounts compounding month to month, because then those bad accounts are worth.
Alright, hey, so I feel like, because every single time I talk about this with rookies, they're kind of like, what? And I'm like, dude, this is like literally the best part of the whole damn job is the back end. So, I will, yeah, I'm glad you guys are selling like crazy and loving it and like still not knowing anything about it. There's a back end? Yeah, like you guys are, no, there's not, there's no back end. It's just manager's end. There's no such thing. Back ends don't exist. Yeah, Caleb hasn't told any of you guys about it. He's just like, yeah, there's no back end. There's just like, so tonight after work, we can just like come back here and I'll just do like a quick 15 minutes and like help you guys calculate it and show you like some things and like 10% Fed and bad accounts and how that works. And, like we just do a rough ballpark, so at least you guys kind of know a little bit about it. And then Dan usually at the end of the summer like does like a full training on it. And, like we'll get you out an example back end and show you. And yeah, it's a really great way of like kind of like pumping up your stomach. It's like, okay, I have this super fat check coming for me in October. And like I want to like kind of like pump that nest egg up. So it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I want to add something to that. So unless you're hitting 200 accounts, the back end's nice. Unless you're hitting 200 accounts though, your front end's going to be more than your back end. Usually. And so unless you're hitting 200, that's when it becomes the same, equal. So that just means like save your money. All the money you're going to be making now,
That's like 100. Depending on how much making your upfront. Yeah. For rookies, 100 is 625. So you make 300 on your upfront, making 325 per deal. So if you hit 100 deals, you're getting 33 grand.
My back end was double.
Wait, if I hit what? Get 100, you get 33 grand.
You get 33
About
grand.
what, 25?
And that's again without financing.
We will talk that after work. We will go over it after work.
We will do the numbers.
Gladiator Games. Okay. My thought is just a double thanks. I'll say thanks again. I'm thankful for Nate. For just continuing to push on with everything he's got on with Maddie. There's a lot of reasons for him to like want to like throw his hands up. He's had some guys leave. Hey, shut up! Stop talking. He's had some guys leave, but he's still giving you his full energy, even though there's not as much in it for him technically, monetarily. He was here early. He was helping train you guys. So yeah, he's helping lead us in the Bible study. So if you guys aren't going, like, go to that. He's willing to pour himself into you. So I'm thankful to have him in my corner. So. Alright, Zach, you got the thanks.
I've been stewing on this one for a minute, but it definitely is it kind of piggybacks what Mike was saying, but I've been doing this is my 4th summer, and I'm extremely thankful that I'm on a winning team. I grew up playing sports. I raced motocross, skateboarded, did raced BMX for a minute, and I've always been the 2nd place guy, the 3rd place guy, or the guy that doesn't even place. Even bodybuilding didn't even place for that. But this is the one thing for me where we win collectively. Everybody here is a winner, and it feels super good to say not only one time, because like our first year we were the runner-up team, we were the runner-up office, but my 2nd summer we were the best office. We worked our dick off to get that. My 2nd summer we blew it out the water, or 3rd summer we blew it out the water, and then we're back for a 4th summer. And we were kind of the underdogs. Nobody really knew what we were going to do, and we're absolutely crushing it from the front. So I'm so thankful to be a part of something that's. I can say that I'm the winner here, and I'm with a winning team for once. So thank you guys for that, for putting that shit for me.
Corey, you got a quick pitch for us?
Wow.
Quick
Quick pitch from the dog? From the dog?
Beautiful.
I can be a bull, Alex, be a bull. You got it.
How can it be a dog?
Pros and cons.
Go, go, go.
What's going on, 80T? I don't think I can help you out, man.
No worries, maybe you can help me out. The reason I was talking about Wait, what you said? Restart that.
Alright, yeah, we can do this.
Al's laughing.
ADT, I'm not really interested.
Hey, no worries. I was just stopping by to let you know we're actually installing your neighbor, Matt. He's actually just 2 houses from you. He's the one with the big red truck. You see it?
Oh yeah, I see Matt, yeah, I know.
When you're driving in and out?
Yeah, he's been here forever.
Yeah, he definitely has. And in the time that he has been here, recently that red truck that you just seen had just got broken into.
Oh,
And so
okay.
they actually
I'm not really worried about it though. Yeah, they can break into my car.
no worries. And so just kind of like the neighbors around here, there's been recent reports of him next right by chance?
No, I think my wife might be, but I'm
Oh
not.
yeah, okay. So she's probably around to witness it.
Yeah.
And so just like Matt, he actually has been here one of the longest. It's 20 years. Are you
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that by chance?
No, it's about 3 years.
3 years, okay. And so in the time that you've been here, have you kind of witnessed anything similar to what happened to Matt?
Not really, that's all I was gonna say. I'm probably just gonna pass on this. I'm not really too interested.
Yeah.
Haven't had anything happen either.
Oh yeah?
No, not really.
Fortunately. It's actually just a few streets over
Okay.
where a lot of the activity's been picking up. So just on Cherry Street, I mean, your wife's probably the next door after she sees it
Oh, yeah.
one. And that's where the car break-ins are picking up, a lot of packages being stolen. Unfortunately for you, it's been safe, and we just want to keep it that way.
Okay.
And so long story short, we actually want to get the sign in the yard, just like we did for Matt.
Okay.
And the reason for it is we get advertisement. So when your neighbors drive by, since everyone's thinking about doing cameras and security, they see the sign in your yard, they see it in Matt's, they see it in Collins. You know him, by the way?
Colin, yeah, we go play pickleball all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he better than you?
No, he's got his days, but yeah.
You gotta go
Up and down,
sometime.
yeah.
Like say he's the best.
Oh yeah. we go.
So, just like Colin, we get the sign in your guys' yard.
Okay.
When your neighbors pass by, they see the sign in his yard. Matt's, now they're gonna see it in yours.
Alright.
So when they think about doing cameras and security, they're more likely to go there. Does that make sense?
That does make sense,
And
yeah.
I've been pretty rude to you so far. My name is Corey. What was your name?
My name's Alex. Nice to meet you.
Alex. You ever seen a Corey kid before?
Nope, I'm only a kid.
First, okay. And so, just like all of them, I know you guys have all been looking at get cameras, especially with the activity going on. Alex, did you actually hear that ADT and Google partnered up just this year?
No, I didn't. We actually have like a, I think we have something Google, it's like a,
Google partnered
that.
Oh, okay.
thing.
You mind if I actually take a look and
Yeah, yeah.
see if this can happen?
I'm a big Corey Bucciello fan.
Yeah.
Not me.
Smooth like
I'll tell
butter.
the world.
I'm a fan of guys.
That was fire, Corey. Good job, bro.
Smooth like butter.
Smooth like butter, baby. Smooth like butter, buddy.
Alright.
All
C's, no P's.
Yeah, customers suck, man. You're a good boy.
I would say you did a lot of good things and a lot of stuff that everybody else could do, especially like making a joke to break the tension. Like when you said, "Oh, is he better than you?" Talking about Colin. Like, "Oh, is he better than you?" Like if you make a little joke between like your pitch, it makes it more of a conversation between two people rather than them getting like a sales presentation from a salesman. Because most of the time, like most people that'll go up to the door, they're not very personable. They're just giving them the pitch and they're burning through these doors. But like if you can stop and like make a couple of jokes, I feel like that helps a lot with like your customer, just seeing you more as a person and listening to you more. Also, Corey was assumptive, so he said when we get the sign in your yard, rather than like if you put the sign in the yard for us, which just gives off more confidence because he's assuming the sale. He knew his neighborhood when he brought up Cherry Street, so that just makes you more credible. And people are like, okay, this guy's a professional, like, let me hear him out. And usually if somebody will perceive you as like an expert or a professional in your field, they'll stop and listen to what you have to say rather than like intervening. Like you're not going to go to the doctor and be like, oh, my elbow's hurt, and he's going to tell you one thing, and you're like, no, I think it's this.
Like, you're gonna be, oh, okay. Right? No, you didn't.
Need to talk to Nate.
And then, Corey, like, through the pitch, like, there was a lot of tension, and then he, like, was like, I'm sorry, I was super rude. My name's Corey, by the way. He, like, addressed himself and, like, made friends with the customer. So then that way, like, you know, now it's just, like, the tension's broke, now they're just having a conversation. The only con that I would say, you asked him if he ever had anything happen to him. Because most of the time, even if somebody does have something happen, most of the time they're not really going to tell you about it. The way that I find that I'll get crime drops from people is by bringing it up about their neighbors. So like, yeah, he had something happen, and then you go into a lot of detail, and then they know you're not bullshitting them. They know, like, you actually know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, John said about 6 months ago that somebody had gotten into his truck, they tried to get away with it, or whatnot. And then usually people will be like, oh yeah, like that's the same thing happened to me. Rather than like being like forcing it out of them or like asking them if it happens, because most people just say no. So.
And they just pick up your crime drops BS.
Yeah.
Like, just like, oh yeah, like with the car break-ins, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it goes the same with like shitting on people's like cameras or what they already have. It's like, they already have it, and usually they're gonna be proud of it. So if you go into like shitting on their stuff, like usually you just come off as an asshole rather than them telling you that there's something they don't like about it. So, but overall,
small is nitpicking. It's beautiful. Like the word "kind of" is a weak word that you like to use a lot. I don't know if you notice that or if you say that on the door, but you describe a lot of issues. So if you just, instead of saying, well, things have kind of been happening, the crime has kind of been picking up, is what you said a couple times. There's no urgency in that. So like if you just said, there's crime picking up, that sounds way more urgent. So like that's just nitpicking. You take those, but you do like to use it. If you took that out, you'd be.
A couple things that Corey did that I really like too was the physical touch. That can make a lot of connection with the customer if used correctly. You just kind of like gently tap them on the shoulder or kind of like a friendly gesture to them. If you can incorporate that in your pitch, that'll get you a lot more connected with people. Pat on the back, bump on the shoulder. Hey, and then another thing I would use, because Alex wasn't interested in getting sold. He was like a bull, I don't need this. I would have immediately brought his wife into it and then try to like give him his balls, kind of be like, hey Alex, you're not gonna need this. If you're home, you're gonna protect your home. This is just more for your wife. Obviously, she's what's most important to you. All the wives love it out here. Let me show you what we'll do for you. Because then you're not trying to pitch him. You can't convince him that he needs it, right? He's trying to act tough guy. But if you bring his wife into it, hey, his wife's on the next door app, she knows what's going on. She just wants to feel safe when you're not here to protect her. That's what the alarm system does. And then I'm tying it into building the value there, because in his mind, that makes sense to him. You can't convince him that he needs assistance because he already thinks I'm a gun, I have guns, I have dogs, I'm a tough guy. So like, hey Alex, you're not gonna need this if someone's here. Someone tries to break it in when you're here, you're gonna take care of them. You're not always home though. So this gives your wife peace of mind knowing that the house is safe and you can monitor it when you're not here. That'll help sell that customer a lot better.
I really appreciate that.
I also thought you just had a lot of gravitas. Corey?
What?
It's like charisma. And like, it's just like, some people when they talk, you're just not interested in listening to them for whatever reason. Corey has a very calm but dominant tone that makes you want to like listen to him. It's just like engaging. Yes, what are you going to say next? And so I thought that was really good. You just do that naturally.
Corey takes, you can tell Corey treats himself with value because he's not afraid to pause. He's not rushing to the pitch. He'll take little pauses in there. And that shows confidence. It's like you're
Alright, last hour for the day before we get out.
Mike's got this first aid kit.
Last challenge before we get out.
iPad, so I just put it on.
You need a bigger one.
Not ready?